Love can be one of the most beautiful gifts we experience. But sometimes, love can also become a prison. Many women find themselves trapped in relationships that slowly break their spirit. Not because they are weak, but because they love deeply. They stay because they believe things can change. They stay because they remember the good moments. They stay because they hope the person they love will become the person they once thought they knew. When betrayal happens, they forgive. When promises are broken, they forgive again. When lies, manipulation, and emotional abuse leave invisible scars, they convince themselves that tomorrow will be different. They tell themselves that leaving would mean all those years were wasted. But every person has a breaking point. There comes a day when the pain becomes greater than the fear of walking away. A day when self-respect becomes stronger than false hope. A day when a woman finally chooses herself. For some men, rejection is difficult to accept. Especially when control has been mistaken for love. When the person they once controlled refuses to return, anger can replace affection. Obsession can replace devotion. And revenge can become their new purpose. This is the story of Marcia. After years of heartbreak, betrayal, and emotional abuse, Marcia finally found the strength to leave her long relationship behind. With the support of her close friend Patricia, who helped guide her on a spiritual path of healing and self-discovery, Marcia began rebuilding her life. But while Marcia is searching for peace, her ex-partner Martin is consumed by something else. He wants her back, and when she refuses to return, his desire for revenge begins to grow. This is a story about love, survival, healing, and the dangerous consequences of a wounded ego. Rick is working on the paperwork for his yoga business when he receives a call from a friend who has been grieving for a while.
Hey Rick, it's Martin, how are you?
Hey buddy, I'm doing well, how are you?
Not so good, I can't get Marcy out of my head.
You should be processing it, you messed it up yourself.
Martin thinks Marcia should forgive him because he has shown remorse and loves her. Rick thinks that after making the same mistake so many times by cheating and tearing her down, it is only logical for it to end for her at some point. Marcia has taken him back a few times, only to experience worse and worse. Martin wants Rick to put in a word for him, but Rick knows it won't make any difference anymore. Martin ends the conversation disappointed, feeling that Rick is not a good friend to him and begrudges Marcia that. He feels that Rick does not stand behind him and wants to support him. He lies down on his bed in frustration and thinks about how he wants Marcia to achieve nothing without him. The two friends, Marcia and Patricia, go to the city together to a spiritual shop to see what beautiful things they can buy. They immediately find what they want to buy. The clairvoyant wraps their purchases. But when she hands the package to Marcia, she has an epiphany. The clairvoyant keeps quiet but felt something she could not immediately explain.
Doesn't it feel wonderful to find all of yourself again in this spiritual struggle?
Liberated. Marcia shares how liberated she feels since the toxic relationship between her and Martin ended. Marcia is speaking her intentions onto her crystal and transferring her energy to it after charging it under warm water. Before going to sleep, she stands by her balcony for a moment to enjoy some lovely night breeze and, to her surprise, sees Martin appear around the corner. He says nothing but stares upwards and looks at her with a scary gaze. Marcia goes back inside. She sits on her bed and wonders when she will never have to see him again. Martin went to a psychic for a tarot card reading. But during the laying of the cards, Martin asked too many questions about Marcia. The psychic saw bad intentions, she became angry, gave him his money back, and sent him away. Martin cannot stand that Marcia no longer wants him and that his friend Rick won't put in a good word for him. He devises a plan to ruin their lives for good. He orders something that Rick has to deliver to Marcia for him. Rick must cooperate with this if his plan is to succeed. Martin calls Rick to ask if he would bring some things for Marcia that he still had at his house. Rick isn't really happy with the conversation, but he decides to listen. Martin tells him that Rick is right and that he should let Marcia go. He says that he has thought about it and will leave her alone. Martin asks if Rick would only do one thing for him, and that is to deliver the bag of items to Marcia for him. Rick didn't really want to get involved, but he decided to pick up the bag from him before going to his yoga classes and deliver it to Marcia first. Rick comes to deliver the bag to Marcia. He apologizes for coming to her door so early and tells her that Martin was finally supposed to stop bothering her and has started thinking. He wishes her all the best. As he leaves, Marcia ignores the bag for a moment. She thinks about unpacking it when she gets back home and leaves without unpacking the bag first. Not long after, the police are at her door. Because no one answered, the police break the door open. The house is searched, and one officer opens the sports bag that Rick had brought and finds packages of drugs among the clothing. They found what they came looking for following a tip-off. The clairvoyant sat in her shop, pondering. She wished she could see the lady in yellow again so she could tell her what she knows.
I wish I knew how to find that woman in the yellow dress. She is in danger. I wish she would come by here again so I could warn her.
Will Martin's evil revenge plan have succeeded? Stay tuned for the continuation of the short series Toxic Relationships. Thanks for watching, and until next time, bye-bye.